In this video, I will discuss Kasey Kahne's constant battle with adversity, how his promising career took on many challenges, such as the early shortcomings, the downfall to his Cup team, or the health issues that took him out of the sport today. I will go through it all. Kahne quickly arrived onto the NASCAR scene with 5 top 5 finishes in his first 15 starts, including 3 of his first 4 races at Rockingham, Las Vegas, Atlanta, and Texas. The bookends of those 4 being close finishes against Matt Kenseth at the Brock and at Texas versus Elliott Sadler, where Kahne led nearly half the race. Could you imagine someone in NASCAR starting their career like his today, being as consistent and once dominant as he was? I can't imagine how many wins he would have if only luck was on his side. I don't recall watching Kasey Kahne's rookie year in the chase for that first win, but I could imagine it being the longest 46 race stretch for his fans. Kasey was turning into a young phenom. He had 17 top 10s before his first win, 16 of those being top 5 finishes. The lone finish outside the top 5 was 8th at Loudon in July. It's not like these great finishes are sporadic. He was finishing inside the top 5 on a consistent basis. He led in 17 of the 36 races in his rookie season. Kasey racked up nearly 700 laps led. He led 692 laps in his first season, second most in a season for his career. The eventual Rookie of the Year spent the rest of his first season racking up 8 top 5s in the last 17 races, including 4 in a 6-race span. To add, he had a streak of 5th place finishes, wrapping up with 3 at Atlanta, Phoenix, and Darlington, then went to Atlanta again and finished 5th for the second straight time. And later the same year, Kahne would dominate at Richmond, leading 242 of 400 laps, grabbing his first win. In 2006, the Washington native had a monster season with 6 wins, sweeping the race weekends at both Fontana and Charlotte in the fall. Meanwhile, on the Cup side of things, he collected 12 top 5 and 19 top 10 finishes, leading a career-high 744 laps. Kahne would experience a decrease in performance when he earned 4 wins, 19 top 5, and 46 top 10 finishes over the next 4 seasons. There were some positives, though, as he broke a lengthy winless streak with consecutive wins at Charlotte and Pocono in 2008. He led 1,158 laps over these 144 starts, including 305 at Bristol in 2007, his most in a single race. In mid-2007, after Ray Evernham sold his team, the team merged with what was Petty Enterprises and Yates Racing. They're doing business today as Richard Petty Motorsports. In April 2010, Kahne signed a deal to run for Hendrick Motorsports in 2012. Before this, he would run 1 season for Team Red Bull. Kasey would run 41 races for Team Red Bull through 2011. Yet despite this being a one-off type season, he still managed to earn 7 top 10 finishes in his final 8 races, which included grabbing a win at Phoenix, snapping an 81-race winless streak. And his Hendrick tenure starts off nicely, with 7 straight top 10 finishes towards the middle of the season. These 7 straight great finishes came in a 12-race span that saw Kahne earn his first 2 wins with Hendrick, winning his final of 3 Coke 600s and a win at Loudon, where he beat out frontrunner Denny Hamlin, leading the final 66 circuits. Later that season, Kahne would nab his best career points finish, finishing 4th, 55 points behind first-time champion Brad Keselowski. Sadly, Kahne never won a championship, and it didn't help that in the following years, he wouldn't be the same threat that he once very much was. In 2013, Kahne did have one of the last great statistical stretches of his career, grabbing 5 top 10 finishes in the first 8 races, including a win at Bristol, finally conquering the Coliseum after 19 starts. He would later win at Pocono later that same season, after flying past Jeff Gordon on a final restart. Kasey would collect 16 more top 10 finishes by the end of 2014. He won at Atlanta that year and clinched himself into the NASCAR playoffs. After ending 1 winless drought, he'd have to endure another one, this time 102 races long. This too would be worth it though, it being the Brickyard 400 in 2017. Kasey stayed full-time for 2018, driving on a 1-year deal for Levine Family Racing. He even signed an extension midway through the season, but Kahne would be sidelined for health reasons a year after his apparent last win at Indianapolis. He would never return to the car and would later retire. Overall, Kasey Kahne won 18 Cup races, including 3 Coke 600s and the Brickyard 400 in his final win. I'm very passionate about the drivers and their success in NASCAR. You go out there every single weekend, and you prove that you're a great driver by finishing in the top 3, top 5, maybe winning some races. The fact that he was so consistent, being up in the top 3 and top 5, meanwhile he only has 18 wins to his name, that doesn't sit right with me, and I wish we had a do-over. Kahne led 1,043 laps in a combined 23 races where he finished in second place. That means if we were to combine his first and second place finishes, there were 41 occurrences in which Kahne finished inside the top 2 and 55 in which he placed inside the top 3. What if he wins in his 13th start at Dover or his 30th at Charlotte and not run into those late race issues like he did? What could have been if Ray Evernham doesn't merge or close his team entirely, or if he doesn't have the lingering health issues and stays in the sport today? Kahne had a career-long battle with adversity, coming the closest to potential victories, racing through team mergers and closures, and being silent with health issues. I find it impressive. I think there's a lot to learn from Kahne's career, more than what meets the eye. I felt Kasey could have been more expressive about it, but he wasn't, and I don't think he would want to change that. I appreciate the reality of it, but that doesn't stop me from wondering what could have been. That will do it for this video. Tell me if you liked it or not. I would appreciate your feedback and will be sure to bring out more content as I think of it. Check out my last video if you haven't yet. Until next time, I'm Blaze Michaud. Have a great day.